The world is on the verge of an energy revolution, and at the center of it is a breakthrough that could change everything. Yeah, what we really wanted to achieve here is like, well, why? Why make this really fast car? That's crazy fast in everything. We got to show that an electric car is the best car. Imagine a battery so advanced, it challenges the limits of what we thought possible. And we're not talking about an upgrade, but a fundamental shift in how we store and use energy. What if the future wasn't years away, but already here? We have a very good relationship with the Toyota. They're a significant shareholder in Tesla. Toyota seems to have the answer. So what do they have in store? And why is Elon enraged at his former partner company? Let's find out. From underdog to global titan, Toyota is on the verge of something that has even Tesla's Elon Musk fuming for years. Toyota has been cautiously navigating the transition to electric vehicles, while Tesla has dominated headlines with its aggressive push for full electrification. Hopefully, this is what convinces people finally that electric cars are the future. But now, Toyota has developed something that could change the game entirely. This isn't just another EV or hybrid. It's a breakthrough that could reshape the auto industry and prove that Toyota's patience and engineering prowess were worth the wait. Toyota is joining the electric vehicle craze, and Kentucky will play a central role. While Elon has often dismissed Toyota's approach, it seems the tables have turned and he's not happy about it. But before we reveal what this revolutionary vehicle is, we need to talk about how Toyota reached this moment to understand why this is so significant. Let's first look at how Toyota built itself into a global powerhouse, earning a reputation for quality, innovation, and resilience. Because the truth is, Toyota didn't just adapt to the industry, it shaped it. Toyota's journey to becoming the world's largest automaker didn't happen overnight. Founded in 1937 by Kiichiro Toyota, the company had humble beginnings as an offshoot of the Toyota Automatic Loom Works. At the time, Japan's auto industry was still in its infancy, struggling to compete with established Western manufacturers. Toyota's first cars were simple but practical, built with a focus on reliability and affordability, while American and European automakers dominated the global market with flashy designs and powerful engines. Toyota took a different approach. The company prioritized efficiency, durability, and cost-effectiveness principles that would later define its success. However, the road wasn't easy. In its early years, Toyota faced financial struggles, limited technological resources, and stiff competition from foreign brands. Their turning point came in the 1950s when the company developed the Toyota Production System, TPS, for short, a revolutionary approach to manufacturing that would change the auto industry forever. Inspired by American manufacturing techniques, but refined with Japanese precision, TPS focused on eliminating waste, maximizing efficiency, and ensuring continuous improvement. This system introduced concepts like just-in-time production, only producing what is needed when it's needed, and Jidoka, which translates to automation with a human touch. The results were stunning. Toyota could manufacture cars faster, cheaper, and with fewer defects than its competitors. Soon, even American automakers like Ford and GM began studying and adopting Toyota's methods. While many automakers struggled during global economic downturns, Toyota's resilience set the company apart. The 1973 oil crisis forced many companies to rethink their strategies as fuel prices soared and consumers demanded more fuel-efficient vehicles. Toyota was ahead of the curve. Models like the Toyota Corolla became massively popular due to their reliability and fuel efficiency. By the 1980s, Toyota had firmly established itself as a major player in the global auto market. It expanded into the United States, building factories and launching models that would become household names, including the Camry, Hilux X, and Hummer. Toyota's ability to adapt to changing market demands ensured its continuous growth, and in later years they produced the Corolla, Camry, and Lexus. Among others, the Toyota Corolla is actually the best-selling car of all time, with over 50 million units sold globally. I knew how to put the customers in and then close the customer and dismiss the task. The Corolla proved that compact cars could be affordable, reliable, and fuel-efficient. Toyota Camry is a mid-size sedan that became the go-to choice for families, known for its smooth ride and low maintenance costs. People don't find the Camry. The Camry finds a person, while Lexus, Toyota's luxury brand, shocked the world by competing directly with Mercedes and BMW. The Lexus LS 400, its first model, offered unmatched quality and refinement, forcing traditional luxury brands to take notice by the 1990s. Toyota wasn't just following trends, it was setting them. The company's commitment to innovation and quality has made it the world's most trusted automaker. While many companies chased rapid expansion and short-term profits, Toyota played the long game. It invested heavily in research and development, focusing on sustainable growth rather than immediate market dominance. This careful, methodical approach is one of the reasons Toyota has remained a global leader for decades. However, Toyota's biggest innovation wasn't just about reliability. It was about changing the way we think about cars. That's where hybrids and EVs come in. Hybrid revolution and the EV debate at the turn of the 21st century. The global auto industry was at a crossroads. Rising fuel prices, growing concerns over climate change, and stricter emissions regulations have pushed car manufacturers to explore alternative powertrains. While many automakers were hesitant to move away from traditional gasoline engines, Toyota took a bold step that would redefine the industry. That step was the Toyota Prius, the world's first mass-produced hybrid car. When Toyota introduced the Prius in Japan in 1997 and globally in 2000, it was unlike anything the market had seen before. A car that seamlessly combined a gasoline engine with an electric motor, offering superior fuel efficiency without requiring charging infrastructure. At the time, the idea of a hybrid vehicle was met with skepticism. Many doubted its long-term viability, including major automakers who saw it as an unnecessary detour. Yet Toyota persisted, refining the technology and making it more accessible. Then the oil crisis of the early 2000s happened. As gas prices soared, the Prius became the answer to consumer demand for fuel-efficient cars. It was a smart choice and a statement at the same time. Even Hollywood celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio and Cameron Diaz drove the model to show their commitment to sustainability. I wear a helmet when I drive my Prius. Suddenly, Toyota was leading a cultural movement. The success of the Prius forced the auto industry to take hybrids seriously. Other companies that had dismissed hybrid technology were now scrambling to catch up. Honda launched the Insight. Ford introduced hybrid versions of its SUVs, and even luxury brands started developing their own hybrid systems. By the mid-2000s and teens, Toyota had sold over 10 million hybrid vehicles worldwide, proving that its gamble had paid off. The company's hybrid technology made its way into multiple models, from the Camry to the RAV4, cementing Toyota's dominance in the segment. But not everyone was impressed. While Toyota was perfecting hybrid technology, another company was taking a very different approach. Tesla, founded in 2003. Tesla's mission was clear from the start: full electrification. Unlike Toyota, which believed hybrids were a practical stepping stone, Tesla saw them as a distraction from the future. Elon Musk was particularly vocal about his disdain for hybrids. He called them a half measure and claimed Toyota was wasting time by not going all-in on EVs. In 2010, Tesla and Toyota briefly partnered, with Toyota investing $50 million in Tesla and co-developing an electric RAV4. We're announcing this historic partnership with Tesla and Toyota. But by 2014, the partnership fell apart as their fundamentally different views on the future of cars became apparent. Elon doubled down on his vision for an electric future, while Toyota continued refining its hybrid systems. Critics accused Toyota of being too conservative, suggesting it was falling behind as the world moved toward EVs. But Toyota was more than cautious. They had a strategy. The company was still skeptical about full EV adoption, and with good reason. Toyota engineers understood that lithium-ion batteries had serious drawbacks. Limited range and long charging times made EVs impractical for many users. Battery degradation meant costly replacements over time. Raw material shortages, especially lithium and cobalt, could make scaling EV production difficult. Unlike Tesla, which built its own supercharger network, Toyota saw a major problem. The world wasn't ready for mass EV adoption. Charging stations were sparse, especially outside major cities. Hybrids, on the other hand, required no infrastructure changes. Surveys showed that customers wanted better fuel economy, but were still hesitant about going fully electric. Hybrid technology allowed them to get the best of both worlds. better mileage without range anxiety. Instead of betting everything on EVs, Toyota put resources into hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, or FCVS. The Toyota Mai, launched in 2014, was an attempt to push hydrogen as the clean energy solution of the future. We're talking about the new hydrogen fuel cell car MIDI. Its only emission is water, so it's good for the environment. The motor is an electric one, so it makes next to no noise. Toyota believed that hydrogen offered faster refueling, longer range, and a cleaner supply chain compared to battery electric cars, but were they right? While critics continued to bash Toyota for falling behind, something interesting happened. EV problems started piling up. Tesla's quality issues became more apparent with increasing complaints about build quality and software failures. Battery production constraints caused price hikes and shortages across the industry. Adoption rates weren't as high as predicted with range anxiety. Still a top concern for many buyers when you think about it. Toyota's patience always looked less like hesitation and more like strategic foresight, consumer hesitation, and more. And while the world was wrestling with these EV problems, Toyota was quietly working on something that could change the industry and make Elon Musk completely lose his mind. Although these aren't all the problems Toyota faces, if they are indeed making a perfect EV for years, the narrative around electric vehicles has been clear. They are the future. Governments have pledged to phase out gas-powered cars. Automakers have shifted their focus to all-electric lineups, and Tesla has led the charge in proving that EVs can be fast, stylish, and practical. But as the industry pushes full steam ahead toward electrification, serious problems have come to light. Problems no one wants to talk about. Toyota, meanwhile, has been waiting and planning a strategy that is now looking increasingly wise as the cracks in the full EV revolution become impossible to ignore. At the core of every EV is the battery. It's the most expensive and most crucial component, yet it's also one of the biggest weaknesses of electric vehicles today. Unlike a gas-powered engine which can last for hundreds of thousands of miles with proper maintenance, EV batteries degrade over time. Studies show that most lithium-ion batteries lose 10 to 20% of their capacity within the first 8 to 10 years. This means less range, more frequent charging, and a lower resale value. Some Tesla owners have reported their range dropping by 50 miles or more within just a few years. Replacing an EV battery is extremely expensive, often costing between $10,000 and $20,000 depending on the model. For many owners, that means their EV becomes a disposable car rather than a long-term investment. Toyota, however, saw this problem coming and up until now focused on hybrid technology, which reduces the strain on batteries and extends their lifespan significantly. But the problems don't stop there. You see, EV batteries require lithium, cobalt, and nickel minerals that are not only scarce but also problematic to mine. Cobalt mining, for example, has been linked to child labor and unsafe working conditions in countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo, while lithium extraction is highly water-intensive, causing environmental destruction in regions like South America. The demand for these materials is skyrocketing, leading to price hikes and supply chain bottlenecks. With every major automaker shifting toward EVs, the competition for these materials is only getting worse, making electric car production more expensive and less sustainable. In the long run, Toyota's hybrid-first approach means it uses smaller batteries across millions of vehicles instead of massive battery packs in fewer all-electric models. This allows for more efficient use of limited resources while avoiding complete dependency on lithium-ion batteries. And let's not forget about charging. One of the biggest promises of the EV revolution was that charging stations would be everywhere, making electric ownership as convenient as gas cars. But the reality, charging is still a major headache. Unlike a gas station fill-up, which takes 5 minutes, EVs can take 30 minutes to several hours to charge. Public charges are often broken occupied or require expensive memberships. To access charging at home is an option, but only if you have a garage and at least $1,000 to spend on a home charger installation in busy urban areas. Charging station wait times can stretch for hours during peak travel seasons. And while Tesla's supercharger network is ahead of the competition, it's still not enough to meet demand. As EV sales grow, another overlooked issue is electric grid capacity. If millions of people switch to EVs, the demand for electricity skyrockets. Some cities have already experienced blackouts and brownouts due to high EV charging demand, as charging an EV at home can double or triple a household's electricity bill depending on local rates. On top of it all, manufacturing a single Tesla Model 3 battery pack produces as much CO2 as driving a gasoline car for 8 years. Lithium mining destroys ecosystems, and the refining process generates huge emissions after an EV reaches the end of its life. Battery recycling is still an unsolved problem, with many ending up as hazardous waste in many parts of the world. Electricity still comes from coal and natural gas, meaning an EV can still be indirectly powered by fossil fuels. In many cases, driving a hybrid or a fuel-efficient gas car produces less CO2 than charging an EV using coal-powered electricity. But what about Tesla? What fuels their approach? And what are their biggest hurdles? Elon Musk's empire cracks. Tesla changed the auto industry forever. It made electric cars cool, fast, and desirable, proving to the world that EVs weren't just a niche product for environmentalists. They could be performance machines, status symbols, and even cultural icons for a long time. Tesla had no real competition. It was the only company producing high-tech EVs with long-range batteries and a dedicated charging network, while legacy automakers were still dragging their feet. Tesla raced ahead. But now the cracks in Tesla's empire are starting to show. The competition has caught up, and in some cases, even surpassed it. The EV industry isn't just about being first anymore. It's about who can deliver the best cars, the best technology, and the best reliability. That's where Tesla is struggling. While Toyota has spent decades perfecting its vehicles and refining its production process, Tesla has been rushing to push out new models, often at the cost of quality and customer satisfaction. Tesla's biggest problem is that it sells the future rather than delivering the present. Elon is a master at making people believe in what's coming next. Whether it's full self-driving cars, a futuristic Cybertruck, or an electric roadster that can supposedly go from 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. But year after year, Tesla's promises remain just that, promises, and consumers are getting tired of waiting. Take the Cybertruck, for example. When Elon revealed it in 2019, the world was stunned. It looked like something out of a sci-fi movie with its angular stainless steel body and bold claims of being bulletproof. But fast forward several years, and the Cybertruck is still not widely available. The same goes for Tesla's second-generation Roadster, which was supposed to be the fastest production car in history, originally promised for 2020. It still hasn't materialized. Tesla's semi-truck, another much-hyped product, has seen only limited production after years of delays. Meanwhile, Tesla owners who bought into Elon's promise of full self-driving are still waiting for the software to actually work as advertised. Since 2016, Elon has claimed that Tesla was just a year or two away from achieving full autonomy, yet nearly a decade later, Tesla's cars still can't drive themselves safely without human supervision. The company has been hit with lawsuits, regulatory investigations, and more troublingly, real-world crashes caused by overhyped self-driving software. But delays and broken promises aren't Tesla's only issues. Even the cars that are on the road are facing serious problems. Tesla's quality control has been a major issue for years. Customers frequently report misaligned doors, poor paint jobs, rattling noises, and software glitches. While Tesla cars are packed with innovative features, they often feel rushed, as if they were put into production before all the bugs were worked out. This is a stark contrast to Toyota, which is famous for its obsessive attention to detail and near-flawless reliability. One of the most common complaints about Tesla vehicles is their touchscreen dependency. Instead of physical buttons for simple controls, like air conditioning, windshield wipers, or even adjusting the mirrors, Tesla has moved nearly everything to the center screen. While this might look futuristic, it's not always practical. Some drivers find it distracting and even dangerous to navigate through multiple menus just to change basic settings while driving. Unlike Tesla, Toyota understands that innovation should enhance the driving experience, not complicate it beyond quality issues. Tesla is facing an even bigger challenge. The competition is finally catching up. For years, legacy automakers seem slow to respond to the EV revolution, but that's changed. Companies like Hyundai, Kia, Ford, Mercedes, and even Toyota are now producing electric vehicles that rival or even surpass Tesla. In certain areas, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6 have received outstanding reviews, praised for their design, charging speed, and interior quality. Ford's Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning have proven that American automakers can make great EVs, while Mercedes and BMW are offering electric sedans that actually feel like luxury cars, something Tesla has struggled with as competition heats up. Tesla has had to resort to price cuts just to stay competitive. Elon has repeatedly slashed the prices of the Model 3 and Model Y, which might seem like a win for consumers, but it's caused frustration among Tesla owners who have seen their cars lose value overnight. Toyota, on the other hand, has maintained a steady pricing strategy, ensuring that its vehicles retain their resale value. Then there's the issue of Elon himself. While he was once seen as a visionary genius, leading the charge toward a better future, his increasingly erratic behavior has raised concerns. His Twitter takeover in 2022 became a massive distraction, causing Tesla stock to drop as investors worried that he was neglecting his car company. His frequent online feuds, controversial statements, and unpredictable business moves have made Tesla seem less like a stable, well-managed company and more like a chaotic startup in crisis mode. While Toyota's leadership has remained focused and disciplined, Elon's tendency to chase new ventures, whether it's artificial intelligence, space exploration, or even cryptocurrency, has made many wonder if he spread himself too thin. And let's face it, Tesla's workforce has also seen turmoil. The company has been criticized for sudden mass layoffs, unrealistic production demands, and a high-pressure work environment that has led to burnout among employees. In contrast, Toyota's steady, methodical approach to business ensures that its workforce remains stable and its production process runs smoothly. And then there's the elephant in the room: Tesla's stock volatility. Unlike Toyota, which has built a reputation for stability, Tesla's stock price swings wildly, often reacting to Elon's latest tweets or public statements. Investors who once saw Tesla as an unstoppable force are now more cautious, realizing that the company's long-term success isn't guaranteed. After all, Tesla's struggles have opened the door for competitors, and that's where Toyota comes in. But trust me, there is way more drama than you could have imagined. The dramas and arguments, according to insiders from the company. Toyota wiped the floor with Elon Musk, and Elon completely lost his mind, even saying some very mean words to their CEO. The incident happened during a recent meeting that was reportedly agreed upon as a collaboration proposal, as Toyota is in fact already equipped with some fully electric cars. But things went downhill when Elon realized what their chairman Koji really had in mind. This is what we know happened. At first, the meeting seemed like it could be productive. Toyota has long been seen as an industry heavyweight with decades of experience in building some of the most reliable, efficient, and innovative cars in history. Tesla, on the other hand, has always positioned itself as a disruptive force, pushing full electrification as the only way forward. The idea of a partnership wasn't entirely out of the question. After all, Toyota once held a stake in Tesla back in the early days, and the two companies had worked together before. But as the conversation progressed, Elon realized he wasn't there to negotiate a deal. He was there to get schooled. Koji didn't hold back. He laid out Toyota's long-term strategy in front of Elon, explaining in excruciating detail why Toyota had resisted jumping headfirst into full electrification. He talked about how EV adoption had been oversold, how battery supply chains were becoming an environmental and economic nightmare, and how consumers were still hesitant about fully electric vehicles due to charging issues and long-term reliability concerns. But then he delivered the final blow. Toyota had cracked the code on next-generation battery technology. Koji and his team unveiled Toyota's solid-state battery breakthrough, a technology that could render Tesla's lithium-ion-based cars obsolete. These new batteries charge faster, last longer, and are far less prone to degradation than anything Tesla currently offers. Toyota had spent years perfecting this tech behind closed doors, while Musk had been busy slashing prices and struggling with production delays. The message was clear. Tesla bet on the wrong horse, and Toyota is about to take over. Elon couldn't take it as insiders report. He became visibly agitated, dismissing Toyota's claims as overhyped nonsense and accusing them of trying to sabotage Tesla's vision. But the real breaking point came when Koji Sato reminded him that Toyota had spent decades mastering efficiency while Tesla was still figuring out how to build a car without panel gaps. That's when Elon snapped those present at the meeting, say that he even made a mocking face and blustered "F you." Before storming out of the meeting, Toyota's executives were left unfazed. In fact, some even smirked as Elon walked away. They had proven their point. The EV race wasn't Tesla's to win anymore.